The year is 2025. 12 of the world's brightest minds have assembled to create the greatest fantasy football league history has ever seen. With everything on the line, only one man can come out on top and take home the ultimate glory.
Footbap Nation!
Let's ride.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode, or the first episode of the 2025 Footbaps Fantasy Football season. It's me, Brandon, with my co-host Paul. Paul, say what up.
Hello, ladies and gents.
Wow, exciting stuff going on here, Paul. Paul, how are you feeling after our draft Sunday?
Well, could have gone better, I'll say that. We'll dive into it later on, but you know, mocks, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I'll just say that.
Yeah, this was a weird mock season, I feel like. Now, I'm usually I do mocks for fun earlier in the summer, or not earlier, I pretty much don't do a mock until probably when August hits. But a little similar to last season where ESPN's rankings changed by a lot, a ton, 2 or 3 days before the draft. I think people were already kind of catching on to some players. It was nice early to mid. It was nice basically most of August when I would walk away with taking Emeka Egbuka in the 10th round and stuff. Those were good times. And then immediately, 3 days before the draft, it's he moves up to round 6 or whatever and all that. Matthew Golden and stuff too, a bunch of guys. They just switched everyone around. Last year, I remember it happening. The big one for me was Josh Jacobs was ranked 48th or 49th, 50th or something. And then the day before our draft, he moved up on ESPN to the 35th or 36th player, and that's when I knew I wasn't going to get him. So those, I don't know, man. I feel like mocks are starting to get more and more useless. The annoying thing is, do you remember the rankings changing drastically in the past? These last 2 years they have, but before these last 2 years, am I going crazy? They never really changed like that, right? Unless someone tore their ACL.
Right, yeah. It was... My April mocks definitely didn't help. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean the April mocks are never gonna look anything close to. But it's just more specifically going into Labor Day weekend. They essentially don't update their rankings for a month and a half, and then Labor Day weekend comes and they completely change it around. So it's any strategy you tried having is out the window. We're going to go over everyone's team and all that and a bunch of other things. But yeah, that was just one thing I was thinking about right there. First off, for anyone who doesn't know, everyone should already know mostly, besides some of our loyal listeners that aren't in the league, like Zach or, Madison or Nick or whoever. We decided to implement or just change things around a little bit. This basically has little to no implications on the actual league, but it's just more for fun. So we've always had two conferences really, East and West. But we decided this year to do divisions. So 3 divisions of 4. So I know when we brought in a 12th person, we changed playoffs to 7 teams with one team getting a bye, which kind of closely mimics what the NFL does with 7 teams in each conference, with one team getting a bye. Now this having 3 divisions of 4 teams just feels right. It just feels like it needed to happen. Maybe we'll change it again down the line, but as of right now, I think it's kind of cool. So we have 3 divisions, 4 teams in each. First division is the Bap Street Boys. That would be me, Dave. I believe that's Nick. Yeah, Nick and Dewey. The second division we have is Bohemian Bapsity, where we have Kyle, Paul, Mike, and Chip. And then the last division we have is Planet of the Baps, which is Gorman, Steve, Austin, and Ryan. So exciting things here. We had a poll, voted on, what names we wanted. I personally wanted Bap to the Future, but there were a lot of good ones, honestly. Honestly, me and Paul really liked Bap Quest, and no one seemed to like that one for some reason. But there were so many good names. I guess there was never going to be a perfect way to do it, I guess. But
yeah, it's also hard. Like Ryan's point of it needs to be like based on a location or a thing. I mean, BabQuest, most people don't know. That's MapQuest for the older generation out there. But yeah, I'm glad it works out. Like Bohemian Rhapsody, like in my mind, that's a place, not so much a song. It sounds like a place. But,
yeah, I think it's just they're at this point it's 3 different things. So it would have been weirder, I think, if it was like, there was Bap to the Future and Planet of the Baps, so like 2 movies, and then there was Bohemian Rhapsody. But like we got a music group, and then we got a song, and then we have a movie. Like it's 3 different things. So and we can change the names every year if we really want to. Like these were the 3 most popular names. These are the names we went with. In the future, maybe we could do something where it's like they're all a place or a thing or all a movie, all a song, whatever. But for now, I think just taking the most popular ones and running with it, I think is a good way to do it. They're all great names.
These definitely worked. Yeah, they definitely tie together pretty well, in my opinion.
I agree. So yeah, you got the 3 divisions, 4 teams in each. So each division is going to play. And this is another reason why I kind of wanted to change it. So when we have 12 team leagues, and you have 6-man divisions, you only play 4 of the teams twice. So this way it's like, all right, now or 3 of the teams twice, like whatever. You don't even play everyone in your division twice. So this way is like, okay, you do play everyone in your division twice. Now I'll play Dave twice. I'll play Nick twice. I'm not used to Nick's name change, so the I'm Cursed team is like throwing me off. So I'll play Dave twice.
We have some new names everywhere, actually. And also, what the hell is Dewey's picture?
That's a good question.
It's a lady.
Oh my god, that's Brittany
I don't know who
Mahomes.
that is.
That's Brittany Mahomes.
I
don't know. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was something like inappropriate at first. Like I didn't know what to think. Okay, so we will like Dewey's name is still Dewbag. I haven't updated my name yet. Dave is just always going to be the Raccoons. But Nick changed his name to I'm Cursed with a picture of Brock Purdy because in our draft he auto drafted Brock Purdy in the 12th round. Kyle
called him.
Well, go ahead.
Mike was calling for Brock Purdy when he passed on him maybe 4 times. But that's okay.
Mike
has name on him.
Mike loves Brock Purdy. He usually has him every year, so that was an accidental snipe. It was like the pick before Mike. They're like very close to it. Kyle changed his name to the Costco hot dog, which is one of the best deals in food in America right now. I'm pretty sure. I mean, those hot dogs are huge, and I think they're only like a couple dollars.
$1.50.
Well, it's $1.50.
I think. Pretty sure, yeah.
So I knew it wasn't $1, but so I just played it safe with $2. For $1.50, yeah, definitely a great deal. Mike changed his name to Goodnight Moon with a picture of a Bud Light Lime. Okay, cool.
I love that.
Yeah. Paul's name is the Arizona Piss Bombs. I'm actually shocked that ESPN let you have the word piss.
Yeah, I guess if I combine piss with another word, it works. Because piss on its own did not work.
You were just going to be Arizona Piss?
Yep.
All right. Chip's still going with his alter ego Twitter burner generic Yankee fan. Gorman's still Watermelon Fiend. Ryan changed his name to Captain Lottery with the picture of Scrooge McDuck, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Scrooge McDuck. And then yeah, Austin's still cardiac kid. Steve's Vietnamese farmer. So like I said, I'm gonna change my name. I'm sure other names are gonna come up as the season goes on, but that's just how it plays out right now. Um, I don't think they actually do a projected playoff bracket yet, but they do a
The percentage,
yeah.
at
Oh,
least.
they do have the percentage. So yeah, I have the least likely chance to make it. I'm not going to go through every single person, but I have the least likely chance to make the playoffs according to ESPN, and Steve has the most likely, which I think is going to be reflected in these power rankings. So post draft, how ESPN has it right now, they're projecting the order to be this: Steve first, Mike second, Ryan third, Dave fourth, then Paul, then Nick,
Nick.
Austin, Dewey, Kyle, Chip, Gorman, then me. So me, Chip, and Gorman at the bottom. Steve, Mike, and Ryan at the top. Paul, you're right in the middle, right with Dave. I mean, Dave being projected fourth. That's he's had a couple down years here. Like we'll see
Oh,
what happens there. What?
we actually have a message board from Michael that I haven't seen. If you scroll down a smidge.
Oh, I wonder if wait, is there a way to just if I hit view full message board? All right, so we have a couple things here. First of all, we have okay, cool. So on July 23rd, there was a message that was posted that said Mike wants fuck. And then Mike actually responded to that a week later and said, "I'd like a big slice of fuck, please." And now we did have on August 24th, Mike posted another message saying, "Fuck around and find a fuck." All right, so yeah,
That is a good idea.
this is a great use of the message board. Does the fantasy chat go to like everyone in our league? Has anyone said anything in here?
My only shows like
Oh,
when I sent my trade to Ryan that he declined, it like sends a chat thing that way, but it's only between each other.
let's see.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know
Yeah.
you could do that.
I bet no one's gonna see this. Let's just send Derek Jeter, I guess. So if anyone can find where I just sent Derek Jeter, you win $1 million. So yeah, Steve, they love Steve's teams. Steve's team hate my team. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of. Oh, I guess another update we made. We added a second flex, and then we also removed a bench spot, and then added an IR spot, which ended up almost causing the complete breakdown of our league. We had Ryan, arguing for the competitive integrity and balance of fantasy football. Paul was just trying to pull a quick one on the league. Steve was trying to pull a quick one on the league. Austin was saying that his draft strategy would be entirely different if he knew about the IR spot, because basically in all my messages giving all the updates about, adding another flex and, trying to get counts for drafts and updating on draft order and giving all the information for the season, payment changes and stuff. I apparently forgot to say that we had an IR spot, and I guess only Paul technically knew that we had an IR spot. And then yeah, so Paul drafted Tyjae Spears in like the last round of the draft, and yeah, the league almost completely collapsed. Paul, what do you have to say for yourself and the IR spot in general?
Well, I think you just mentioned this. We made that change about a month ago. Steve
I
noticed.
did look, and it was like August. Like it was like 3 weeks before the draft day.
But yeah, I will pay attention to the fact that I'm on ESPN's website a lot throughout the mocking season. So I mean, I would be the one to find out just from literally looking at my empty team and seeing there's an IR spot. Because why else would anyone do that? I don't know. But I understand, some people not seeing it. But also at the same time, while you're in your draft, if you're looking at your bench, the IR spot was there too. That's how Steve noticed, and that's why Steve ended up picking Joe Mixon. So I mean, people just gotta look around a little bit. It's easy to miss, but I'm glad at least I wasn't the only one that.
Well,
that
interestingly
took
enough,
advantage.
I think Steve was saying like at first like, "What the hell? We have an IR spot. I didn't know." And then when he realized that it benefited him, he changed his tune and was like, that's why I took Joe Mixon. I don't want to be punished." And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. So like everyone was just then we had a vote trying to say like, realistically, I don't think there's a right way to do anything at this point because someone is going to be upset. But I was leaning more towards the you can't put someone you drafted in IR way because at that point it was basically only Paul and all Paul had was Tyjae Spears. But then Steve kind of came in and was like, "Oh, actually, me too, Joe Mixon," and then it was like, "All right, well now that's two people affected by this. So whether or not Steve's telling the truth, it doesn't matter. It's just you can't. There's no way to prove it or not. So yeah, the way we're doing it now is just this week you can't put anyone on IR unless they get hurt. Like I mean, I will say if in practice Christian McCaffrey dies, like I'm sure we'd let Ryan put him on his IR, right? Like we can at least
Yeah,
agree to that, because that would be messed up. It's not like he drafted Christian McCaffrey planning on that.
yeah, I agree. Uh, I think that would devastate Ryan though. His whole idea is the lottery ticket. Obviously, his name is
Mm,
now Captain Lottery, but if that were
yeah.
to happen week one after risking it all, I mean, I wouldn't say it's kind of funny, but I'd probably laugh.
Yeah, I will say we can kind of jump over to a very quick draft recap here. So Jamar Chase goes number 1 overall, no surprise there. Um, if this was 3 weeks ago, I would have been surprised at Chris McCaffrey number 5 because he was kind of going around 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for a while. But then it seems like he's healthy. The whole team's kind of beat up a little and stuff. I'm not too shocked by McCaffrey at 5, but like you were saying, Paul, it is still a risk. Ryan's playing the ultimate lottery. He was Mr. Lottery Man last year, just drafting the shitty backup running backs and praying that someone gets hurt because that's just how Ryan is. He's a dirtbag like that. So he's going all in on the lottery strat this season. Now I didn't notice this when it happened. I cannot believe Dewey picked Amon-Ra before CeeDee Lamb. Oh
Yeah,
my God!
I
So
can't remember who said that too.
having pick 8 was an awesome pick to have, dude.
Yeah,
Wow, that would be
insane.
had I known. I mean, I didn't have a chance because Austin picked 8, the pick before me. I think I got to pick between 9 through 12. If I knew that CeeDee Lamb was going to be there, I would totally take it because I also would have done what Austin did here and taken Chase Brown in the second round. So Austin did exactly what I would have done. I probably would have also gone Lamar there. So I'll say a couple things. Number one, Amon-Ra over CD is crazy. I personally kind of like CD over Jefferson just because Jefferson has the hamstring thing, and I don't know what JJ McCarthy is. I have no idea. Not that Dak is amazing, but the Dallas defense kind of sucks. I mean, I'm sure Jefferson's gonna be good. I wouldn't. It's a toss up between Jefferson and Lamb. I would just take Lamb because I would be a little scared of JJ McCarthy. But Amon-Ra over Lamb is kind of crazy. I did take the 10th spot hoping for this would be that I would get Nico Collins at the 10th pick. I was hoping he didn't get picked and I'd have to go Puka because I'm just kind of afraid of Matt Stafford. Um, but I kind of went into it hoping, to get Nico and then getting. I kind of figured Genty wouldn't be there, but I was like, I would take Derrick Henry or I'd take Josh Jacobs or Chase Brown. I kind of felt good about getting any of those guys there. And it did make me feel a little better that it went Henry and then Jacobs and Chase Brown. And I was like, oh shit, everyone had the same fucking idea as me. Literally everyone did.
Yeah, another crazy thing is T. Higgins for Dewey's second pick, mid
Yeah,
round.
T.
I feel like
Higgins
that's a bit early.
before Drake London, even before Jonathan Taylor, even before Bucky. So Dewey really threw everyone for a loop.
Yeah,
He took Amon-Ra over CD, and then he took even Amon-Ra over Malik. Kind of, I guess Malik has an injury, but yeah. Then T. Higgins over Drake London, Jonathan Taylor, Bucky Irving. That's fucking wild.
another funny thing is that Dewey, I can't remember. I mean, I had T. Higgins last year and traded him. I forget who, but the year before when Dewey was in the championship, when he got too cute,
hmm
was that 2 years ago?
It was.
He had
I
T.
think it was.
Higgins and benched him, or either
Yeah.
played him. It was one of those two. So it's like maybe this is a revenge thing. He needed to have Higgins on his team to make
Yeah,
up
he
for it.
he wants Higgins redemption, I think maybe because remember he played T Higgins and he got him 0 points that one game, and then a few weeks later, 3, 4, 5 weeks later, It was the championship game, and yeah, he benched T. Higgins for someone like shitty. I mean, it was like bad. Like, it was a bad move. I'm assuming this was the year you won it, right, Paul? Or no, 2022. Okay, it wasn't
I don't thi-
2022. It wasn't
maybe it was the
2022.
year before that.
Yeah, maybe it was 2023. Really? Was it the 12 man?
Well, it was whatever
No,
year he
okay, it
came
was
in second.
2021. Oh, yeah, you're right. I can just look at that. Wait,
Uh, maybe it was the
did he not
third
come in
place
second?
game.
Oh,
I
wait.
don't know.
Yeah, wait. When was it? I'm gonna check 2021 right now. Maybe it wasn't even the championship game. Maybe it was like round one.
No.
I'm about to check this game and just see if T Higgins is even like on his team. Okay. All right, this is confusing.
Oh.
Whatever. So it wasn't a championship game, but maybe it was semifinals or something, and then maybe he ended up getting fourth. So we're really
I'm gonna
gonna.
look in the background.
Yeah,
while
yeah.
you're
Look in the background, but
looking.
we're really gonna have trouble finding him if it doesn't show him on the podium there. But either way, yeah, getting T Higgins back, hoping to get some redemption. Um, Regardless, yeah, I feel like everyone had a good first and second round here. Everyone kind of like Mike starting Saquon and Bowers, Steve starting Bijan, Kyron. Um, yeah, I think everyone. There weren't any really surprises there in my mind. Round three, Ryan got his guy Josh Allen. Um, I was absolutely shocked that you took Trey McBride instead of Amari and Hampton because you went to wide receiver. So I was like, all right, so Paul gets Amari and Hampton. Like, that's so fucking annoying because then he'll probably be good. And then you didn't, and I was totally shocked.
well,
What was going on there?
out of my 100. Well, also backstory. I was drafted on my phone. I was out drinking for my grandma's 80th birthday, believe it or not. So we were downtown and going a little crazy. So I was on my way home like for the first couple of rounds of the draft. I wasn't driving, but I was just in the passenger seat on my phone.
Drinking, driving, and drafting. That's
Yeah.
the ideal
triple
threat for
crown.
you. Yeah, that's Paul's triple crown.
But either way, I was, out of all my mocks, Trey McBride never really made it to that spot. My guy that I was going to get, no matter what, in my head was Jalen Hurts. I wanted Jalen Hurts really bad. Round two is Chase Brown, but I didn't really plan on that happening.
Yeah.
This round three was Jalen Hurts, no matter what. And then I saw Trey McBride get to me, and I was like, oh shit. I mean, I've never seen him here, so I might as well take him. And
would you have taken Hurts over Lamar then?
That's the other thing. Like, usually it's down to like Jaden Daniels and Hurts at that point, and all the shit that I've done, and like at that point I would take Hurts.
Yeah.
But yeah, another thing was like all the quarterbacks are still there besides Josh Allen, and I was like, I don't want to take Hurts over Lamar or something, and that backfires. And
Yeah,
McBride is just in my
makes
mind good
sense.
value because I like having a top tight end too. It doesn't, then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and Paul actually got Kyler later too, so Kyler Murray. So he kind of, I mean, you have the stack there, but then Paul also took James Conner in the fourth. Paul's basically all in on the Arizona offense. So
that part was terrifying.
Yeah, the thing with that is I think even if Arizona is average, you're fucked. Like, they're gonna have to be a top 5 offense, basically. Not saying it can't happen, but like I think they would have to be like close to the best offense in the NFL. But anything can happen.
Yeah, my two favorite teams coming into this year that are like they'll shock the world in my opinion are the Raiders and Cardinals. So I had to double dip on the Cardinals now.
What did the Cardinals do this offseason to get
nothing?
Better? Okay, I was gonna say to me they're just the same.
Schedule.
Oh, do they really? I guess that makes sense. Actually, now that you say it, I think when I was picking every game, I remember them being like, I remember them starting out like 6-2 or something, and then just picking them to lose a bunch of games so that they'd get to 8-9 because I was like, I don't fucking trust these guys.
Dude, I was so scared though because I forget, I think Austin or Gorman didn't need a running back, and they took Alvin and Chuba, like both went, and then Dewey was up, and I'm like, I know this fucker wants James Conner, and he didn't take him, thank God. I would have been so screwed. I would have had to reach on Swift there, and that would have been the worst draft ever.
Yeah, that was so every single time I did a mock draft, first of all, Hurts Hurts, Jaden, would you say that like this end of third round almost never had any of those four quarterbacks?
Right.
You would
Right.
maybe have
It was
Jalen
always early.
Hurts there. Yeah, you'd maybe have Jalen Hurts there. That would be it. The only reason I went Daniels over Jalen Hurts, by the way, is because I had Jalen Hurts in my work league for like the last 3 years. So, because I got to keep him for 2 years, so I just kind of was switching it up. But I agree with you where like I feel, I mean, they're so even, so it's hard to say, but like I could definitely see Hurts having like a bounce back year since he like kind of like sucked last year for fantasy. Not
Yeah.
sucked, but he was like what, the QB 8 on the year. Like he was good, but like not what he was in a couple of the other years. So I
Yeah.
went with Daniels, and then I also was like, I just think Daniels is like a cool player. You know, I didn't really get to watch too much of the Commander. I didn't get to root for the Commanders too much last year because I only had Daniels in my family league, which I didn't really like care about. But I also, well, I had Terry in my work league, but like, I don't know. I just felt like it'd be fun to have. Like, it's
That's
probably
another
gonna
strategy.
backfire, but
Yeah,
whatever.
that's another strategy I do is like I have 3 leagues that I pay attention to because there's money involved. So I try and not have the same team across all 3 things. I try and pick new players. So
Yeah.
I've heard somebody in one of them and stuff. So like that also went into it. I was like, I don't have McBride yet in any of them, so
Actually,
I'll go
I
for
will
it.
say one thing about Lamar. Well, first of all, obviously, man, it's so hard with Lamar because he's been up and down in fantasy like his whole. It's like the MVP season, he was awesome. Then remember he kind of sucked for like a couple of years, and then even that second MVP season, he sucked and got hurt, and then the second MVP season. Remember it was kind of Mickey. He only threw like 22 touchdowns. Like he
Yeah.
was good, but he wasn't even great in fantasy. And then last year he was amazing. So I personally am like, I don't really see like I don't see why he wouldn't be as good this year unless he got hurt. But like that is one thing in the back of my head. The other thing is whatever foot injury he got, I'm sure he's fine. But a part of me was thinking when I was doing mock drafts, like thinking like, man, like what if they're hiding how severe the foot injury is? Like what if the
Yeah.
foot injury is like actually kind of bad and they're, you know what I mean? So like that's
hmm
the other thing. I'm sure he's going to be
So,
fine, but
because Lauren's family draft, we did that pretty early. She got Lamar in round 4 because of that, because like no one wanted to take him.
oh wow. I mean
So it worked
that's
out.
yeah, that's really good value. Um
Yeah.
but I think the other thing too with Daniels was I was like, you know, one thing that sucks in fantasy is when there's a guy you don't want and then you draft him and then they suck, you know. And
Yeah.
like last year that was Ayuk for me. I didn't want him, but it was my pick, and you had taken Cooper Cup, and like other guys were gone, and I just was like, oh my god, I don't. I was like down to the last 5 seconds. I was like, I'll just take Ayuk. I don't like it, and then he sucked, and I was like, that really blew. You know what I mean? Like that sucked
hmm
so bad. Like so that's another thing is I was like, look, I like Jaden Daniels and he's fun to watch. So if he sucks this year, like whatever, I at least picked a player I wanted. So that's kind of where I was this year is like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna try to have fun and pick players I like to watch and are cool and like I want to root for. So that's another thing. But a big thing was that uh, first of all, those quarterbacks usually weren't there. But second of all, in every mock I did, I when it got to like there's like waves of quarterbacks. The third round would be those top four guys, and then round 6, 7, oh god, round like 5, 6, 7 would be like Baker and Mahomes, and then whatever, and then technically with ESPN's rankings like Bo Nix, Brock Purdy, Dak, all those guys were like 8, 9, 10, 11 round guys, right? But every fucking mock draft I did, it'd get back to me in the second half of the second round, or the back part of the seventh round, and like it would be like Dak, like so. There's the late round guys like Bo Nix would be gone in round 5. Baker would be round 5 or 6. Mahomes would be gone round 5 or 6. Dak would be gone like 70-80% of the time. Purdy, Kyler would be gone like so. All those quarterbacks that are then like the next tier to me that I like basically I would say probably 80 to 90% of my mock drafts, when it got to the back end of the seventh round, the best available quarterbacks were, and air quotes on those would be Justin Fields and Caleb Williams. And I'm like, I don't fucking want
Yeah.
either of these guys. And then it's like, but do I really reach 3 rounds on like CJ Stroud or Jordan Love? Like, it was bad. So that's another reason why I took the third round quarterback. That is not how our draft played out. You could get quarterback whenever the fuck you wanted, which is crazy because our league is usually quarterback heavy. People reach on quarterbacks heavily. I mean, Chip took Pat Mahomes in like the second round last year, and he hadn't been good in fantasy in like 10 years. Like, so we're usually like quarterback heavy. So that ended up kind of biting me in the ass because round 7 is where you would tip like all the quarterbacks would be going round 5, 6, 7, and so 5 or 6 of those guys get picked, and then I'm looking at, instead of taking Jordan Mason in round 7, like I'm potentially getting Matthew Golden or Jalen Warren, Jacoby Myers, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Um, so that was the biggest shock, I think, was everyone punting on QB. Everyone basically did the strategy that I do most years. And the only reason I didn't do that strategy this year was a little bit of the mock draft, but also another thing is when I was in my prime in fantasy football, like 2015, when I won it 2015, 16, 17, and then even like 2020 when I got second, and then 2021 I was like the best team, got third. You know what I realized was the consistent thing in all those years, and then I had a down year in 2019, 2020. So those consistently good years, 2015, 16, 17, Paul, even 2018, you know what I realized? I was taking Russell Wilson in the 7th round every year, and he was at like QB 4 to 6 every single year. So I was always had like an elite quarterback in those years. And then 2019, I think is when I had Dak, and he snapped his leg. If it wasn't 2019, it was 2020. So I was struggling at quarterback there. And then another one of those years, I had Aaron Rodgers, and like, fuck Aaron Rodgers. I'll never forgive him because he threw for like 40 touchdowns in like 5 straight years. I drafted him. He threw like 20. And then he had like 2 years after that throwing 40 touchdowns. So I don't know why he hates me. But then 2021, that's when I had Justin Herbert. Now these last 3 years or whatever, well, I had Justin Herbert for 2 more years, but he was injured or his weapons were all injured and shit. And then last year it was Kyler and Goff. Like, I'm like, you know what? I fucking suck at fantasy when I don't have a good quarterback, it seems. Like, I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's because I'm using roster spots on quarterbacks, but like, I think that I realized, who knows if it's going to work out for me because I don't really like my bench all that much, but I did realize that, like, I don't know, man. I think having a good quarterback is actually like a huge advantage, and because I was drafting Herbert or Russ or Dak or whoever in like round 6, 7, 8, I think I started to get like spoiled of like, oh, you can take anyone back there and be fine. In these last 3 years, I've realized like you absolutely can't do that. You end up with Kyler Murray, and then he gets you 4 points like multiple times.
Yeah, it's such a hit or miss thing. Like Dewey last year getting Jaden Daniels round 10 or whatever. Like that has to happen, or else you're kind of.
I'll
I mean,
never.
unless you're like a solid guy, you're kind of
Yeah,
fucked.
I'll never forgive myself for that last year. Like I wasn't even like super confident in Kyler, but what happened was, yeah, it was round 10, and because I liked Rico Dowdle that much, I actually took him over Jaden Daniels because I remember being like, oh man, like Jaden Daniels is still here, like that's so good, but I was like, I don't want to do what I did last year, which the year before last year was when I had Stroud and Herbert, and they both were kind of like mid, like they were both fine, but it was sucked like deciding who to start every week. So I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to get another quarterback, and but my season could have been totally different if I did that. But yeah, that one hurt a lot. I've had that happen a couple times. Lamar, that first year he started, I didn't pick him because there was another late round guy I wanted. Terrible mistake. That first year, Mahomes, when he threw 50 touchdowns, took another late round guy instead of Mahomes. Like, I feel so dumb that there were so many opportunities of guys that I was like aware of and believed in a ton. But I was just like, nah, I already have a quarterback, and I don't want to, get. I don't want to like have to decide between two guys. Big mistake. I'll never forgive myself for those. I mean, those guys are going to be so few and far between with how bad college
Yeah.
quarterbacks
I also
are.
found go to 2022 playoffs. That's where I was.
Oh, is this Dubag?
Yeah, in the semifinals against Dave, he benched T. Higgins for Garrett Wilson, and
Mm,
you'll see the
where is
that
this?
first
Oh,
one
right
there.
here.
Yep. And Garrett Wilson had 3 points. Higgins had 22.
Yeah, yeah, that'll. Oh no, I think what's it? Yeah, was it? Yeah, it was Garrett Wilson. I don't know. It was either Garrett Wilson or DeAndre Swift. All I
Yeah.
know is it was. All I know is it was T Higgins on the bench. I still can't believe it. I mean, that's so brutal. But let's see if it shows his game log. Yeah, so it was week 14. He got him 0 points, and Dewey just couldn't get past that. Actually, week 5 he got him 0 too. Because I think this isn't even that he was injured, Paul. If you have zeros here, you played. He got
Yeah.
he got Dewey 0 points twice, and after the second time, Dewey was like, "All right, I'm out." And yeah, all I can think of right now though is I believe it was this game right here, Paul. Do you remember this?
That was the game winner in the fourth
Yep.
quarter against me.
Yes. I'll never
Remember.
forget that. Um so yeah, big storyline is just quarterbacks got pushed back so far in our draft. I'd say another big storyline would be, I mean, Captain Lottery himself, Ryan taking Travis Hunter. I mean, that's just a big storyline.
Every mock me and Ryan did, he had Travis Hunter probably 80% of the time. That was his
Holy
guy.
shit, man! He really wanted
Yeah,
Travis.
he
Travis
loves
Hunter
him.
was the rankings changed so drastically by the end. But Travis Hunter to me was like I would get up there and it'd be like, fuck, okay, like Cortland Sutton, Tet McMillan, those kind of like those two guys. I'm trying to think like those two guys were in the area. Like guys like that would be gone, and then I'd be like, all right, I guess I'll take Not that I didn't like Travis Hunter, but it was like I liked the other guys a little bit more, like in like a safer way. I still like the
Uh-huh.
Travis Hunter pick. I mean, they're probably gonna they're gonna be running the Bucks offense last year, so they're gonna be passing it a shit ton. So I don't think it's a bad pick at all. Um, let's see, Dewey passing up on David Montgomery, that was crazy. I
Yeah,
can't
I
even
was so
believe
shocked.
that.
Ryan did it too. I mean, he didn't need a running back, but Ryan also told me, uh, I don't know if he was joking. I think I even texted him about this. He was like, I'm going to get 4 running backs within the first 5 rounds. And he literally had the opportunity to have 4 running backs at 6 rounds. And he said no.
Yeah.
It was Monty.
Yeah, so it was Dewey and Ryan both passing up on Monty, and then Mike taking Monty. Mike was kind of like the taker of people's normal guys. 'Cause, like obviously, or no, Mike lost Brock Purdy. Everyone was kind of taking everyone's guys. Honestly, like
Yeah.
I took Derrick Henry from Gorman. Austin took Chase Brown from me. I mean, I had a chance to pick him, but you know what I mean. Like people kind of just didn't end up. You didn't get Bucky. There are certain guys that
Against it. That was my biggest dilemma. But again, Drake London was not there in my mocks. I'm like, I have to take him.
Yeah, Drake London is. If I was in your position, I would have done the exact same thing. But the only difference would be I probably would have taken Amari and Hampton here. Man, like I mean, Trey McBride's still awesome, but like if I were you and I was in that position, like if I were you and I walked away with now I probably would have taken CD Lamb. So like if I were you, I would have walked away with CD, Drake London, Amari and Hampton, and James Conner. I would have been like, holy fuck, this couldn't have gone any better. Like what the fuck? I like the Calvin Ridley pick too. Although I probably would have taken Cortland Sutton because I just kind of like think Cortland Sutton's
I had him last
underrated.
year. I mean, I love him, but I also the Denver defense is so good.
Yeah,
They won't have
that's
to pass
true.
as much.
That's true. Yeah. Um, Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to look through here. I really wanted Ricky Pearsall. Um, he was another guy that was like ranked in the hundreds for until like 3 days before, and then he got jumped up to fucking 70 something or whatever. That sucked. Pat Mahomes going in the seventh was, but then again, all the
Yeah, that was a big
quarterbacks
drop.
dropped. Yeah, all the
Yeah.
quarterbacks dropped. So whatever.
Travis Kelsey dropped too a ton. Ryan got him mid round 7.
Yeah, see, that's one that doesn't really shock me, like how Ryan and you were saying, like, oh, I'm shocked, Travis Kelsey and Mark Andrews, and it's like those are guys that I'm bored of and don't want to draft. So I just assume everyone else is the same way.
I
They're
was
like,
hyping up. I just wanted someone to take Mark Andrews. That's funny. But
well, also Nick
yeah,
got Evan Ingram from you, so
yeah, that was
that
great.
that was huge. I actually was kind of shocked that Chip took Njoku over Tyler Warren, um, because I don't know. I just think the Browns kind of suck. I don't. He'll probably be fine. I just you know. Um, let's see. Kyle not taking Juwan Jennings. That's tragic. Uh, yeah, I feel like there's not too. Can you think of anything else that happened in the draft? Mike drafted 3 defenses and like 3 quarterbacks. I think he's switched it up and made some waiver moves, but he did walk away with a shit ton of defense. You know what you got really
He
lucky
has the top
with?
3. What?
This. Ryan
Oh,
taking Pats over
I
Cardinals
think
when the
he was
Cardinals pay
asking
the
in the chat.
same.
How do I look?
Oh, wait a second. So you told him to take the Pats and he
No, I
actually
didn't
believed
answer
you?
because I
Mm.
didn't want to help him, so I wanted the Cardinals.
Yeah, I didn't want to help him either because I wanted the Cardinals, but I can't believe who did the Patriots even play? Do you know who they play week
uh,
1? It's someone shitty. I do know that like, but it's
hold on, let
not
me
it's
see.
not New Orleans Saints shitty.
Oh, the Raiders. So I mean, like the
Oh,
Raiders could
that's not even
score.
shitty. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not even a bad. Man, that's crazy. Yeah, I knew I was kind of fucked at defense. I honestly even getting a team playing the Giants was fine enough for me but yeah, my main target, like I was never going to get the Steelers cuz someone took them way early.
Mike
Broncos
did.
Broncos were the other
It's top
Broncos were the
3, I
number one
think.
I
Oh,
wanted,
never
but
mind.
they were gone
I
early.
thought Mike had the Broncos too. I feel like Mike has like 3 good defenses, so it's kind of funny.
He definitely has Ravens. I think he has Ravens, Steelers, and someone else. Oh well, I think he dropped someone,
Oh, he did. What the hell?
but
I just looked at his team.
yeah. So that's let's real quick go to the recent activity. Um, wait, Steve dropped Johnny Smith. Is that who? Oh, wait a second. I thought he was supposed to drop one of the guys that he.
Yeah, wait a minute. Steve,
Am I going crazy right now?
I feel like that doesn't fix it.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. Yeah, he has
Either
to.
Keaton or
Yeah.
Chris.
All right,
Yeah,
send it. Who did he add? Keaton Mitchell and Chris
yeah,
Rodriguez.
Chris. He has to pick one of them.
Yeah. Text right now before I forget, and I'll keep talking while I do it. And text and say, no, Steve,
I
you
will.
pick up Jonnu Smith and dropped Chris Rodriguez or Keaton Mitchell. I can't believe I didn't notice that, and I just took him at his word. I actually thought that he was not being snaky right there. I thought that he was being. Oh my God.
I think he just doesn't understand what's going on.
Yeah, he definitely can't have Chris Rodriguez and Keaton Mitchell because those are the 2 guys he picked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going crazy here. He has to re-pick up Johnny Smith and then drop one of those guys, I think. Right? Am I going crazy, Paul?
Yeah. No, that's right. That's what we wanted because, like,
Yeah.
he ended up changing his team around.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Send the text then.
I did.
I can also. I think I'm able to do it too, maybe, but whatever. Regardless, Steve picked up Chris Rodriguez and Keaton Mitchell. Mike picked up Amari Cooper for $3. People changed their names and stuff. Paul made Tyjae Spears likely to trade.
That was a mistake. Click on him and you'll see what's going on there. Click on his name.
Wow, just hit his name?
Yeah.
Oh, unlikely to trade?
Yeah, that's what I meant to do. Yeah.
Oh, why did it change it back at some point?
I clicked it. No, I clicked that the first time and it sent it.
And then it never sent the update. Okay.
Right.
Interesting. Regardless, I guess let's get into the first week matchups here. So we'll just start with me and Dave. We're up at the top. So it's me versus Dave. Oh, I forgot this view is so ass, right?
Hold on, I gotta blow my nose.
Okay,
Give me a minute.
Let me look. If I think is box score what I want. Yeah, this kind of shows the checks and stuff. So I'll just go over it right now while Paul's blowing his nose. Me versus Dave. This is we've never been in division together. So a new rivalry potentially brewing here. I have Jaden Daniels. He has Joe Burrow. So 2 quarterbacks going at it. Gibbs versus Derrick Henry. Bucky versus Ken Walker. Devontae versus Nico Collins. Tet McMillan versus George Pickens. Right now, I'm projected uh, to win by point
I'm here.
2 of a point. Welcome back. I'm projected to
Hello.
win by point 2 of a point right now, but that doesn't really mean anything. I'm surprised Cooper. Well, I guess Cooper Cup's starting. Uh, I think what could happen here. I wish there was a better way. Does this matchup thing give the times of the games? Okay, so this at least gives the times of the
Uh,
game. Um,
oh, that's cool.
yeah. So basically, this happens every year. How does this happen every year, Paul? Where like my first week matchup, I have someone playing on Thursday night, and they're either gonna make or break. Last year, it was Xavier Worthy, and I was like, I'm gonna put him on my bench because these guys always suck on Thursday night for me. And then he scored like 20 something points. This year, I kind of have no. I have no other option really than to start George Pickens. So once he walks away with like 2 catches for 30 yards, I'll already be fucked. Um, but we both have, or he has T.J. Hawkinson on Monday night. I might have Jordan Mason. I really haven't decided yet. I'm just waiting to hear like what the Browns say about Samson and what the Vikings say about Mason. Like I need more updates here. Um,
Yeah.
but or if Darnell Mooney's healthy, but I don't think I mean he might be on a limited snap count even if he does play. What the fuck, dude? Isaac Tesla got hurt? Oh, an illness. Okay, I'm not worried. Um
Steve
he,
said, "Why does it matter?"
oh god, Mike's emphasizing it. Okay, either way,
We'll figure it out later.
yeah. Yeah, so yeah, but Paul, do you have who do you think wins this matchup in your opinion?
Um,
I usually get
I'm
off to
gonna,
slow starts. I feel like I
yeah,
can't even remember the last time I started off 1-0.
I'm gonna go with Dave just because I feel like Joe Burrow will probably go crazy against the Browns because they normally, for some reason, struggle. But this
Mm.
is the year they don't start slow.
Yeah, I
I
also
actually
agree
believe in
with
the
that.
Bengals.
People keep
Um,
saying like, "Oh, they always start slow," and I'm like, "Dude, they played in preseason. They're like their guys aren't hurt and stuff. No one's holding out. I mean, defense is holding out, but offense, no one's holding out. Like they're gonna, I think they're gonna beat us 38-14. That was
yeah,
my
they're gonna score a
score.
lot.
That was my score opinion I sent to Nick because Nick was like, "Dude, we're gonna lose like 31-7," and I was like, "No, we have Joe Flacco starting, which means he's gonna throw a pick six, which gets them to 38 points, but he'll also throw a 50-yard touchdown to Cedric Tillman, which gets us to 14." So I'm going with 38-14. But yeah, I
Yeah,
agree. I think they're gonna absolutely kill us. Like it's not
just
even gonna
yeah.
be
My
close.
main thing is just the second flex spot is only like big difference here, obviously. So everyone else is pretty even in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the only thing is like I don't is like is Cooper do we think Cooper Cup's gonna be good? I don't know.
He's
It's
just
just like
well,
his
it's Sam
name.
Darnold throwing the ball. That's the thing that scares me too. So I
I think
really,
his
who
age
knows?
and how bad he looked at the end of the year is what scares me. Like I agree
Yeah,
like it on paper is would be better than like Samson or Mason. I was kind of shocked that I mean, it's his name, but I was kind of shocked when ESPN had him projected for like 11 points or whatever.
yeah.
You know, he's going up against me, so he'll probably catch like 3 touchdowns or some shit. Um, it's funny though. There's a lot of like big differences between what Vegas has and like what guys are projected. Um, like Jerome Ford, I saw was projected like 14 points or
13.
something.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Dude, and if you look at like when I was looking, you know, I don't know how things have changed since I last looked like a day ago or so, but like I looked and Jerome Ford was at like projected for like 40 rushing yards and like 10 receiving yards and was like plus money to score a touchdown. I'm like, where are they getting 13 points from? Where is ESPN getting that from? So just shit like that is like wild. But yeah, I agree. I think Dave probably wins. I think I also have like tough matchups, which sucks. And like Dave has like Ted against Jacksonville and Bucky against Atlanta and Burrow
I
against.
don't know. Has a rookie ever like started off real great, like right away? Like is Jamar Chase the only one I can think of?
I don't know.
So I feel like he has to be a slow starter. Like if he immediately comes out and just pops off, or at least has a great game in general, then I'd be shocked.
Who are we talking about right now?
Ted McMillan.
Oh, I think it all depends on like the role you have. Like Justin Jefferson, I think may have started slow, but like they had like Adam Thielen and guys in front of him. I don't know. I don't really remember Jordan Addison starting slow. I'm sure there's other examples of receivers not like rookie receivers not starting slow. We'd probably just. I mean, did Garrett Wilson really start slow? I don't remember Chris Olave really starting slow. Like you know, unless you're saying
Yeah,
like specifically week one, but like
I'm
that's a
like
one
thinking
week.
first game. Yeah.
That's still just a 1 week sample size. So like even if a rookie scored like 3 touchdowns week one, I don't know if I'd be like,
No,
oh, they
never
got off
mind.
to a fast start
Jamar
or something.
Chase had 101 yards right away, so
Yeah, I mean that doesn't.
my
Sure.
argument's invalid.
But either way, like I think it just depends on like what their role is and probably who they play and stuff. Like Jacksonville is a really bad defense, and Jalen Coker's hurt. Like Xavier Legette was like the worst wide receiver in football last year. Like Ted McMillan should probably get like 8 targets. I'm not saying he's gonna be like amazing right away, but he definitely has the opportunity to. He should get like a lot of targets and stuff, assuming he's healthy, because he did have that like hamstring or whatever.
Yeah, he's not questionable now. That's what I was looking for too.
Yeah, he's probably
So I
fine.
guess he's good.
It was probably like a precautionary thing. Um, Next up we have Kyle versus Chip, the cross country matchup. Another new
What the
rivalry
fuck?
brewing here. What?
Chip has Caleb Johnson as a starter.
Yeah.
Oh, he has no other option. Shit.
We drafted and then the next day, they said Caleb Johnson was like the backup and all this, and then signed Jalen Warren. It was like the day after we drafted. Like Chip kind of got screwed right there,
Damn.
because I bet Caleb Johnson would have went. And actually, Chip
Yeah,
took
only
Caleb
5
Johnson
points. I'm
in like
shocked.
round 5 or 6 too. So Chip already reached like a few rounds for him. So yeah, that was tough.
I
He's
think
only projected 5 points. You said?
Yeah, that's what shocked me. That's why I said like, what the hell? Because I
That's.
thought it was like 9 before at
I
least.
feel like that's too low. I don't agree
Yeah.
with that, but whatever. Um, this is fun. Their quarterbacks are playing each other on Thursday night.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm looking at this. Brian Thomason's Carolina, but Jamar against Cleveland. Lad McConkey versus
God.
KC. Devontae versus Dallas. Tucker Kraft, Njoku. Oh man, I mean this is tough. This is really
It's both
tough.
Pittsburgh running backs going against each other too.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's pretty funny.
Wait, this is a really fun matchup. I don't know what I'm gonna pick. I think I'm gonna pick Chip to win. Well,
I'm
hear
going
me out.
Kyle.
Hear me out. The only reason I'm going Chip to win is because, well, I don't know, man. What if Philly's beating Dallas so bad? Like, I could just see Jalen Hurts scoring 30 points. Like, that's. But Dak, like,
It's
Philly's
true.
defense is really good. That's why I'm worried about George Pickens. Like, Dak might only get, like, 5 points, but, like, so many of these other positions are. I mean, like, Vikings against Chicago. This is a major toss up for me. Yeah. So you're thinking you're going Kyle?
I'm going Kyle just on the fact of Caleb Johnson potentially not being the starter, and the fact that Kyle has the starter. So just that alone.
This might be my newly. I think I'm newly appointing as my toss up of the week, because it's like I think Chip might have so much of it. Like I could see Jalen Hurts outscoring Dak by 20 points, and at that point, even if I think the skill positions of Kyle are better than Chip's, like that could just be such a huge difference. Like, yeah, this is really tough. I'm gonna go Chip, but it wouldn't surprise me if Kyle won. That's a super duper tough matchup. I see what you're saying. Like I just don't know. Like Hurts could score 30 and Dak could score 6, and I really wouldn't be shocked. Like those defenses are, like Dallas defense is so bad. I mean, it could also be the opposite too, where Dak is throwing a ton and then Hurts, the Eagles go up by a bunch and Hurts doesn't do a bunch. Like I would say if Thursday night ends and Dak doesn't have, and Jalen Hurts doesn't have 25 plus points, then I think Kyle wins like no matter what. So I
Yeah.
will say that. So tune into Thursday Night Football tomorrow and see, who's quarterback. If they were even close in points, Kyle wins, no doubt in my mind. Next matchup here, Gorman versus Austin, a classic new age rivalry here. Um, so Paul went all in on the Cardinals. Kyler, Trey McBride, James Conner in the Cardinals defense. Austin went all in on the Ravens. So he's got Lamar, he's got Zay Flowers, and he's got Mark Andrews. Looking at this matchup right now, I think I'm looking at all the players. This seems like a really even matchup too. Who
Yeah.
would you
I
pick
think
if you had to pick? This is tough, dude.
I'm gonna go with Gorman on this one. I got to.
Yeah,
I think Chubb will get a touchdown at least. I really think every matchup, for the most part, not every. I mean, the main important piece is that second flex spot, and Michael Pittman is just not someone I like at all this year.
Yeah, the only thing is like Lamar can score 35 points and Bo Nix gets like 15, and then it's like Jesus Christ, you know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, their
think
running backs are like even.
I'm gonna. Yeah, they're pretty much that. That's like as even as it would get for me because Chase Brown and Josh Jacobs I viewed the same, and Kamara and Hubbard I view same like level players.
Uh-huh.
But even down to like, I think CD over Malik for me, Lamar over Bo for me, Terry over Zay for me, tight ends even. I actually think Judy over Rome, like just
Yeah.
because they're playing Cincy.
They're gonna be down by 20 all game.
This is even for me. Yeah,
These
I'm gonna go.
defenses
I'm
got
gonna
to
go with
change.
Austin because I've seen the script. Okay, Austin's gonna be down after the 4 o'clock games. Gorman's entire team has played. Austin still has Lamar. He still has Zay. He still has Mark Andrews, and he still has Rome. And what's gonna happen is Gorman's going to be up. He's going to be up like 105 to like 50. And then Sunday night, Lamar, Zay Flowers, and Mark Andrews are going to combine for 50 points. So Gorman's going to be up 105 to 100 now. And then Rome is going to catch like 3 passes for like 40. No, let's say 5 passes for like 49 yards. Austin wins by like a point. I saw the script. That's what I'm going with. Who'd you pick?
Yeah. I'm going with Gorman.
Okay,
But
there we go.
Gorman needs a new defense. If he plays the Browns, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, that would be a disaster. But Austin's playing the Packers versus Detroit, so who
Both
fucking
new
knows?
defenses.
This honestly, like, I love this, like, play your defense against the worst possible matchup strategy. Like, this is like these have to be like the bottom 2 teams you'd want to play your defense against last year were Detroit and Cincy. So, yeah, we're in for a treat there. ESPN is projecting Austin to kill Gorman, which is kind of wild. So that's a fun game to look out for. I should have also said ESPN's projecting Kyle to beat Chip. Next matchup here, we got you, Paul, versus your new rival, Mike. Mike is projected to win 117 to 114. How are you feeling about this matchup? Ooh, a little question mark
I'm
next
feeling
to
all right.
Jefferson. Oh, man.
That's been there for like months.
Not even worried?
No, I think it's just same thing as like most high valued players. They just put them as injured so they don't have to do shit in the preseason. So I think it'll be okay. But if not, I'm scared. I'm feeling good though. I hate Montgomery, so odds are he'll have 3 touchdowns against me. That's just how it goes. Besides that, I'm good. I'm feeling good about my team.
Yeah, playing New Orleans week 1 with all those Cardinals players, I think is going to get you the win. I have Saquon versus Dallas. I mean, Saquon can get like 40 points. Man, having Saquon and AJ Brown is tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like good, quote
Oh, I
unquote,
didn't
because
realize
they're
Mike
two.
had damn.
What'd you say?
I didn't realize Mike doubled up on the Eagles here. We got a lot of people rooting for one team in our league.
Yeah, everyone kind of. Yeah, it's strange. I actually don't like having Saquon and AJ Brown because you're only one of them feels like they can do good on a given. Like if Saquon does amazing, AJ Brown didn't do good. Like that's kind of how
Yeah.
Saquon can still do good if AJ Brown does good, but like the opposite can't be said. Man, like going up against Dallas, they should both eat. But just looking at, I just think that the Cardinals versus New Orleans is like those guys are gonna they should kill the Saints. Like if those guys if Arizona doesn't score 4 touchdowns, you're probably fucked. But they're playing New Orleans, like they probably are gonna score a lot of points, and the defense should get a lot of sacks and interceptions and shit. Um, I like last year was great picking up defenses that played Spencer Rattler for like 3 weeks straight. It was like you're easily getting like 10 plus points. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley against Denver is really fucking tough. That's a really horrible
Yeah.
matchup. I
That's
didn't even see
my
that.
that's what I'm a little afraid of, but they'll probably be down most of the games. They'll have to throw,
Yeah, it's
so
wild
he'll
how
get
close
something.
a lot of these games are. So many times you look and someone has like a pretty clear advantage. This this is a really close matchup. Like Mike just having Saquon and AJ Brown versus like the worst defense in football potentially is he if Mike gets like it wouldn't surprise me if he got 50 points from those two on Thursday night, and then we're
Yeah, it'll
like
be decided by Thursday,
yeah,
is
but
what
the
I'm
thing
thinking.
is like I mean he's got Goff against Green Bay, which isn't a good matchup. Swift against Minnesota isn't a good matchup. Uh, Monty against Green Bay isn't a great matchup. It's he's got the good defense. This should be a close matchup. I'm gonna give it to you. Oh, um, and man, if Calvin Ridley wasn't playing Denver, I would really. I'm still gonna give it to you because of the Cardinals versus the Saints. Like that should be. They should just kill them. So I'll give that one to you. Next matchup we have here is Nick versus Dewey. Oh yeah, the
Bad Bowl.
sad bowl right off the rip. Um, looking at this right now, I think I'm going to say, I think I'm going to give it to Dewey. I think I'm going to give it to Dewey right now. What do you think?
Uh, yeah, I like Dewey's team for the most part. RJ Harvey is someone I'm not high on, but
Yeah.
besides that, I like his team a lot.
Yeah, to me, it's like RJ Harvey and Jamison Williams feel like the same level to me personally. Like, I mean, Nick's running backs are better. Dewey's wide receivers are better. The tight end it could go either way. I don't like the Seahawks versus San Fran. I'm just gonna give it to Dewey because I feel like T. Higgins, Amon Ra, and Sutton are gonna do really good. And when it comes to like Achan's kind of a little banged up. I don't like JSN playing San Fran is kind of tough. Garrett Wilson playing Pittsburgh's kind of tough. Green Bay could have a good defense. Really, if Nick didn't have Ford at that second flex, I probably would have been all in on
Yeah, he has
Dubag.
Waddle
But
on the
it's
bench though, so I mean, he could
yeah.
easily
Oh yeah. So Dewey's
put him in.
actually got some options, but like no. Ford being I believe in Ford against the Bengals. I'm saying
Oh, really?
that's a good thing for him because they're playing the Bengals. The Bengals suck, dude.
Yeah,
Like defense sucks. Um,
yeah.
so I actually I think either one's a good play.
Oh, one thing I'm pissed about that Dewey has on his team, Khalil Shakir, he was on my radar for literally every draft I had, and I got him in no leagues this year, and I'm really pissed. So I feel like he'll be good. I like
Yeah,
that pick from Dewey.
Khalil Shakir is he's gonna get
He's
targets.
solid enough.
Yeah, he
But
like
they just signed him for an extension, so I mean, clearly he's the guy they like.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a guy that, like, if you look, he's pretty much gets you like 8, 10 points most. Like, he's just a safe option to like not get you
Yeah.
0 points. I'll go. I'll go Dew man. Yeah, I'll go Dew man. I'm picking Dewey. Final answer. Who are you picking?
I think I said I picked. Uh, I'll do Dewey as well.
Okay. Last matchup here, we got Captain Lottery versus Steve. So Ryan versus Steve. Ryan is projected. They're basically
Wow.
projected the same. Both projected 114. Steve's projected to beat him by 0.1 points as it stands right now. Looking at it right now, I am going to say I'm going to give it to Ryan. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with Steve. I like Steve's team a little bit more.
Okay.
I like
See. I'm
Olave.
thinking like I like. See, I don't like Olave because of Spencer Rattler. But I don't like Stephon Diggs because of his injury. I don't really like these are both. These are two of like the same people where it's like, oh, they're gonna split touches in like a potentially not great offense. this is like, oh, he's got a shitty quarterback. Diggs is like hurt. I like Kittle over Kelsey, so Steve advantage there. I like Travis Hunter over DJ Moore. I don't know about week one. I'll go even. Like Carolina's defense is so bad that I'm gonna give it to Travis Hunter because I think Minnesota's defense is good.
Yeah,
Carolina's
they're usually
is
good.
so bad. I'm gonna give this one to Mike Evans because I think Atlanta's defense is putrid piss. Um, I yeah, I don't. I think Houston has a good run defense, like they did last year. I think so. I'll go Johnny Taylor there. I think Bijan should torch. I think McCaffrey should torch them too. I'm going. I think overall, I'm just gonna go Ryan.
Give me the highest scoring one of the week for sure.
Yeah, this if I had to pick the highest scoring game of the week, I'd probably would pick this one. My highest scoring team in general would probably be let me look at these teams. There was someone that I remember feeling like really good about. Um, was it was it was it Mike?
Mike?
It might have been whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't. I'm not sure who I thought who I thought was gonna score a shit ton of points. I thought someone did, but either way, highest scoring game of the week I think should be Ryan versus Steve. I'm with you on that one. Lowest scoring game I do think is going to be like going off of projections, but I do think it's going to be Chip versus Kyle, just because I think there are some bad matchups like Denver for Pollard, Jets for Warren, Philly for Dak, you know, and then even Chip like Caleb, like we don't know what to think of Caleb Johnson. Travion's a rookie too. You know, Eckler, who knows? Just a lot of question marks in this one, so I'll say that's the lowest scoring game of the week. Is there anything else we need to go through, Paul? I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I forgot to mention or something, or if the episode is coming to a close. Can you
I
think
think
of
this is
anything?
it.
Oh, you know
This is
what?
all we got.
Before the season starts, tell me your playoff teams. AFC. We'll both go AFC first and then NFC. Do you want me to start or you?
You go first because I'm unprepared.
Okay, so my 7 playoff teams as of right now.
What was that website? Let me pull mine up.
Yeah, oh my god, and then make all your picks. That's going to take you like 15 minutes. That shit takes a while. You have to pick every matchup every week.
I think it saves my old picks though.
Yeah, if you have old picks then you're probably fine. But while just look up NFL playoff predictor. It's definitely one of the first 2 links.
Yeah.
My teams that
it didn't save mine, but that's okay. Keep going.
You can just look at like the NFL standings or something. Like even from last year, probably will give you like a good enough idea. Even okay, whatever. So AFC, I'm picking the Chiefs to make the playoffs, the Bills, the Ravens, no surprise there. Texans pretty much by default. Broncos, Bengals, and Chargers. And as of right now, I have the Steelers as 9-8, but as the 8 seed. I mean, I have the Bengals and Chargers both winning 10 games somehow. I don't really know how I have the Bengals at 10 games, honestly. I don't even really like the Chargers 10 games. I think they have a kind of a tough schedule, but like I feel pretty confident in Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, and Broncos. The only reason I feel any kind of confidence in Texans is because of that shitty ass division, and then I don't feel confident in Bengals or Chargers all that much. But at the same time, like, it feels, the Steelers are probably just going to make the playoffs because they do. But like, I think they're not a good team, but they weren't a good team last year, or the year before, or anything. So I have the Steelers barely out at 9-8, and then I have Patriots and Raiders at 8 and 9 each. And then last place in the AFC, I have Browns. But yeah, my 7 playoff teams: Chiefs for AFC, Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Texans, Broncos, Bengals, and Chargers. Also with the Bengals, it's like how many fucking years can Joe Burrow realistically not make the playoffs? It has to happen at some point.
Yeah, it has to happen this year.
I agree.
Right,
your 7 teams, Paul, for the AFC. Go.
For AFC, Bills number 1 seed, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
2 seed will be the Ravens, I think. 3, I don't want to say the Chiefs because I feel like they're on the downfall, but it has to be the Chiefs, so I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, because you can't have an AFC South team be the 3 seed unless you're really confident in the
No,
Texans or
no.
some shit.
I was thinking like maybe the Broncos win that division is what I was thinking.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, that's actually I like the Broncos a lot. You know, the
Yeah.
only thing that could stop them is if Bo Nix like regresses or has a slump. You know.
Right, and then Texans easy for number 5, Bengals for sure. 6, Broncos. 7, I'm gonna think the sneaky. Well, not really sneaky, but I'll put the Chargers in there too, or the Raiders. Fuck it, I'll put the Raiders
when
in.
you said sneaky, I was like, put the Raiders, put the Raiders. Dude,
Yeah,
I
it's gotta be the
love
Raiders.
I would love if it was the. I mean, I love the Chargers too, but like
That division's so
that
good, though.
division's the best,
Yeah.
man. I mean, it's not even just that it's good; it's so fun. Like the Chiefs, they're at least people hate them. That's fun. That's fun enough, you know. Like having a team that people hate is at least fun. Herbert, the Chargers, like they're fun as hell. The Broncos, Bo Nix and Sutton, the defense, Pat Surtain, like the Broncos are fun as hell. And then the Raiders, Geno and Genty and Brock Bowers and stuff. Like, dude, that's an awesome division. Like those games. I hope that all of those interdivision games are like night games, Thursday, Sunday, Monday night. Like those are great.
Yeah.
All right, NFC. I'll go first again. And I'm not actually doing these. I'll do them in kind of an order, I guess. Eagles. I have Eagles. So my 7 teams from NFC would be Eagles, Packers, 49ers, Bucks, Lions, Commanders, Rams. Is that the same? No. The Niners didn't make the playoffs last year. I was about to say, did I just pick the same teams as last year? But I picked all the same teams besides the Niners. Yeah. I don't know how the schedule felt. The Packers must have an easy schedule if I have them winning the NFC North over the Lions, because I still have the Lions at 11-6. I have the Vikings barely missing it at 9-8, and then I actually have Bears, Cardinals, and Seahawks at 8-9, and then I have Saints in the very last spot, 4-13. What are the teams that you have? And the Rams completely hinges on Stafford's health. If Stafford gets hurt or anything like that, we're in for. It's not just going to be 2 crappy NFC teams, like the NFC South team, or it's not just going to be one crappy NFC team where it's the NFC South. Like, it's going to be 2. It's going to be like the Bucks, and then like the other team could be like the Cardinals or the Darnold Seahawks or the JJ McCarthy Vikings. Like that's the NFC could be gross if Stafford doesn't stay healthy. I hope he stays healthy. What are your 7
Yeah,
teams?
I hope he does too. I like the Rams a lot, but
Yeah,
number 1, I think the Eagles easily, just because their defense is so good. Nothing's new. So yeah, Eagles winning that division. I got to go with the Lions, even though I think the Packers definitely could.
Yeah, I only
Like,
did
you
it
have
because when I picked the games, apparently I had the Packers at 12-5.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why. If you made me pick without picking every single game, I probably would have picked Lions.
Yeah, and then for 3 seed, I'm gonna go with the Rams or the Niners. So, and then probably I'll do the Falcons over the Buccaneers too.
That'd be fun.
The 4 seed.
Dude, if Michael Penix is like
Yeah.
the Bucks have like a hard schedule for like I ended them at 9-8, so they must have an easy schedule toward the end of the year. But at one point, Paul, I had the Bucks at like 3-6 or something. But weren't they the same thing last year or like the year before or something? Like I don't. They keep having like hard beginning schedules or something. But no, the Falcons making it would be awesome. I'd love that.
Then for wildcard teams, Cowboys as the first one.
What is up with you
Packers.
and the Cowboys?
Packers as the second. And then who's sneaky? The Arizona Cardinals as the
So the
17th.
Commanders aren't making the playoffs.
Nope. Or
Dude,
the Niners.
I do think the Commanders could have. They had some games they won that they probably shouldn't have, and yeah. So them not making it would not be like too shocking to me.
Yeah, but the Niners are my other team that won't make
The
it.
Cowboys making it is bizarre. I had the Cowboys winning 6 games when I picked it. I think 6. Either 6
Maybe
or
the
7.
Niners make it instead of them. I could see that.
But the Commanders are so far
Commanders
out.
are out. They're not sniffing it. Nope.
That's crazy because you were a big Commanders guy. Even I think it wasn't it earlier this summer when I was like, or maybe earlier last year. I remember at some point I think it was you who I was like, yo, yeah, like bold prediction, like the Commanders go 9-8 and don't make it, and you were like, no fucking way. If it wasn't you, it was someone else. Like I'm not
I can't
disagreeing
remember.
with you. I've just come around like a little bit to them. Like I've come
Yeah,
around to being like, uh, they had the playoff success and all that. I don't know, but yeah, no, I could totally see them not making it, but not in favor of the Cowboys. That's fucking bizarre, dude. It doesn't even make sense. Dude, that would be hilarious if the Cowboys make the playoffs. That would be incredible. If the Cowboys made the playoffs, that would probably mean that CeeDee Lamb is the wide receiver one, and you fucked up. Just saying. That's what that would mean. Picking Justin
yeah.
Jefferson over CD.
I know. That was. I wish Ryan took Jefferson just so I didn't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Like that was such a pain. So I was
You had to be
banking on.
loyal to Jefferson though after what he
Yeah,
did to you
I
last
was
season.
banking on. Yeah, true. I was banking on picking Lamb like all the whole time until Ryan was like confirmed CMC. But I had to think about it, and I mean, yeah, it's such a toss up. I don't know. I
Yeah.
like both of them. I also have Pickens in another league, so I didn't want to double up.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it. That was one tough thing when I was doing mock drafts was there was a lot of times where like again, this was before the rankings changed. I would like take CD. This is before I knew what spot I was picking. I would take CD and then it would like get to me in round 5 or 6. And again, Sutton, Tet McMillan, like all those guys in that range would be gone, even like Travis Hunter. And then I'm like, I can't pick George Pickens. I guess I'm just gonna have to like reach 2 rounds on like a Buka or Pearsall or something like. So I was very kind of afraid of that too. Um, but no, so those are me and Paul's guarantee. Oh, let's see, AFC Championship game and NFC Championship game. Go. Who's playing in them?
Uh, AFC Championship will go Bills versus Broncos.
Nice.
And then NFC will do Eagles versus Packers.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Was this? No, it wasn't. I'm gonna go Bills versus Ravens in the AFC Championship game. That doesn't sound bold, but like the Ravens always choke, so I kind of feel like I'm being bold saying that. And I feel like the Bills always lose to the Chiefs. That means someone's beating the Chiefs. So I feel like that is bold enough. So Bills versus Ravens, and then I think what's going to happen is we're going to be like, no way, finally, like the Bills got past the Chiefs. This is it. This is their year. And then the Bills are going to lose to the Ravens in the AFC Championship game. So remember that.
Yeah.
NFC Championship game, I'm going to go Eagles for sure. I'm going to go Eagles Packers. What was yours again?
Yeah, same thing.
Damn. Okay. Well, either way, I feel pretty good about it. I feel like even that first year Jordan Love started, remember they barely lost to the Niners in like that one playoff game. They won a playoff game already. They just weren't healthy last year. They still made a playoff game. So I'm going to say Eagles versus Packers, but I'm going to say the Eagles beat the Packers in that. So we're going to have Ravens versus Eagles, and then unfortunately the Ravens are going to win it all, and then we're finally going to stop saying Lamar's a playoff choker, and it's going to be annoying as fuck. What do you think's going to happen with your scenario?
I think it's the Bills' year, man. This is
Okay.
it.
Bills
To
versus
finally
who?
get it done. Bills versus Packers.
Okay.
Two respectable fan bases going at it. So it's a feel-good story either way, but the Bills get it done.
All right. Well, those are your official picks. So it's either going to be Bills or Ravens who wins the Super Bowl. No one else has a chance. So remember that when you're placing your Super Bowl future bets. Who's going to win MVP this year? I'm saying Joe Burrow.
You saying who? You cut
Joe
out.
Burrow. Joe Burrow. Sorry.
Oh.
Because I think
I'll
if
go
they go
Jalen Hurts.
10-7, they're gonna give it. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be actually cool. So
Yeah.
you got Hurts, I got Burrow. Offensive Player of the Year. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go
Jamar.
CeeDee Lamb. I'm going
Oh,
CeeDee
wow.
Lamb because I
I'll
think
go Jamar.
Okay, again or didn't? Oh
Yep.
no, was it Saquon last year?
Saquon, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a good pick then. Defensive Player of the Year. Fucking man, I have no idea.
I mean, Parsons has a back injury, so who knows?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Yinzers will be happy about this one. I'm gonna go T.J. Watt. This is
You're
his year.
you're a true Yinzer. Real Yinzers are rolling with Watt.
Yep.
I'm yeah, because like you said, Parsons has the back, but if he's healthy, it'd be him. So I'm just gonna roll with him. Bank on it being healthy. Micah Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year. That's who I'm going with. Paul, do you have anything else you want to say to the fans at home?
Long shot Super Bowl. My dream scenario: Cardinals versus Raiders. Book it.
Okay, my dream scenario long shot Super Bowl is gonna be like if it's not the Browns or Bill like teams that I like that. My long shot one would be mm, Chargers versus Falcons. Chargers versus Falcons.
Falcons.
Justin Herbert beats Michael Penix in the Super Bowl. Just because Michael Penix is cool as fuck. That's the only reason why. So that's my dream scenario, my dream long shot scenario. But Paul, if you don't have anything else, I think it's about time to say bye to Footbap Nation.
Yeah, I can't wait to go blow my nose again. It's gonna feel great.
All right, Footbap Nation.
Let's ride.